Welcome to Horrid and Vicious, a true crime podcast. I'm Candy.
And I'm Kota.
And this is episode 12, The Kidnapping of Shannon Matthews.
Okay, so we're gonna start off by talking about Shannon. She was born September 9th, 1998 to Karen Matthews and Leon Rose.
Oh wait, are there any trigger warnings for this one?
Yeah. They're not as bad as, like, the normal ones. So, like, kidnapping, child neglect, I don't really know what else I mean, I guess CP is another one, because there are mentions of that. But it's a very brief mention. But that's really all I can think of. Because this is, spoiler alert, this is a survivor case.
Special guest. Sorry.
That's fine. I don't really know what else I don't think that there's really anything else trigger warning wise, because like I said, this is a survivor case. I just wanted to do a survivor case. I'm tired.
Yeah, that's
and
fair,
I was
especially
sick.
with the week you've had.
Yeah, I was sick, and now my boyfriend's sick, and my grandma's sick. I've spread the plague across my house.
Worse with emotional stuff here. I mean, it's gonna be
this is a really emotional case. I will say that. Like, there was a part in one of the podcasts I watch about this case that made me cry, like, really hard.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna cry then.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
I'm a crier.
Yeah, you are a crier. That's true. Anyway. Shannon was born September 9th, 1998 to Karen Matthews and Leon Rose, and she is one of 7 of Karen's children, so she had 6 siblings.
So many kids.
And Karen's children, there were 5 other baby daddies, so I don't know, I didn't see if that, like, included Leon or not. It might have. If not, she had 6 baby daddies. And she wasn't with any of them. She actually has, at this point, a new boyfriend who is much younger than her, named Craig Meehan. So, Karen is pulling a lot of men. Karen is very popular with the boys, I guess. Good for her.
It seems crazy to me when you see that somebody, like, has that many kids.
Yeah.
Then,
she's
like,
got a lot of kids.
with them, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying, like, if I saw somebody and they have 7 children, I might find that a little bit of a red flag that they're sleeping around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'm just saying. I'd be like, I'm a little worried about this. I don't want to be the next one in the line, you know?
We'll get into people just Karen's choice of men. We'll get into her choice of men. We really will. Spoiler alert, not great. So it's pretty obvious that Karen is not the most attentive of mothers, especially concerning Shannon. Shannon expressed on several occasions that she wanted to live with her dad. Unfortunately, her dad did not really want that much to do with her, so she couldn't exactly go live with her dad. And also, when you're looking at the courts of a mother that's been separated from, like, the children's father, usually the courts will award the mother the custody, especially if the dad's like, you know what, I don't really want the custody. So...
yeah, if he doesn't want the custody, they're not gonna give him custody, because he doesn't want it.
Right. And because Karen had, like, a bunch of kids, you know, kids are expensive, she wasn't exactly the richest woman in the world, so money was tight a lot of the time. Despite this, Shannon did still get to do things that she enjoyed, like she took swim lessons after class at school, which usually would run until about 3 p.m. On February 19th, 2008, Shannon did not come home from swim practice. So Karen starts going around and asking if anybody's seen her, because the school's only about a half mile from the house, so it's not far, and maybe Shannon just decided to go for a walk, or maybe swim lessons ran a little bit longer and she just wasn't able to let Karen know that she would be late.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, like, with having 7 children, it sounds like she did look for her pretty quick,
Yeah,
so noticed.
She
like,
asked around,
attention.
she noticed, she asked around.
And I know that, unfortunately, there are some parents that wouldn't have done that.
Especially with
because
6
they would
other
have,
kids.
Yeah, they'd have their hands full with the 6 other kids.
Yeah.
So they'd be more focused on that. So noticing that and asking around pretty quick, like, that's...
And she looked for Shannon for about 3.5 hours before she reports her missing at 6:48 p.m.
Because she's hoping that it's, like, just, I'll find her. I'm sure it's nothing bad.
Yeah.
And just trying to keep with that. And then eventually it's like, maybe I need to accept that something bad happened. Sort of.
Right. So this is in a small town called Dewsbury, which is near Yorkshire in England. So the only other thing that had really happened in this town was I think it was the Yorkshire Slasher, is what he was called.
That was pretty big, wasn't it?
It was pretty big. The Yorkshire Ripper. The Yorkshire Ripper.
They always call them Rippers in England. I don't know.
Yep. But this was 30 years ago that this happened. So there really hadn't been much going on in this town, danger-wise. And this was a small town, so like I said, when Shannon went missing, it was kind of big news, because this young girl, she's only half a mile from her house, she's at school, somebody grabbed her and she's gone, basically. Because
I feel like that's kind of the thing, is that people get really comfortable, because they're like, oh, nothing's happened here in 30 years, and that's why they let their guards down. And then they let them down too much, and obviously the people who have those desires to do those bad things are going to look for a place where your guard is down.
Exactly.
So that's why that's exactly where it happened. So it's like, oh my god, it's so shocking. Things like that don't happen here. And it's like, yeah, things like that weren't happening there. That's why you let your guard down, and they knew that you would do that. That's why they picked here.
Right.
So it's like, you want to live somewhere safe, but then... Like, I almost feel like, oh, I would probably be more comfortable raising a kid, like, in the middle of a city instead of, like, a small town, because, like, what crime's going on in the city. When you're in those little small towns, you don't know what's actually going to happen.
But the good thing about those little small towns, specifically here, is the community, and also the West Yorkshire Police started the search, and... It eventually involved more than 200 of their officers. So they were really trying everything that they possibly could. They were searching everywhere for Shannon. They had t-shirts, they had banners, they would search and search and search for Shannon, because they didn't know if she had just run away.
I was going to say, that's actually a really good thing, because sometimes they just are like, well, maybe she ran away, and they just don't do anything. At the same time, this is a small child. Like, this is a kid. Even if they ran away, you need to look for them, because they need to come home. Whether they ran away or got taken, they still need to come home.
Right.
They're a child.
And if there's an issue in the
since
home,
she expressed that she didn't, like, that she wanted to move in with her dad and she didn't want to be there, like, it wouldn't be crazy for them to assume that she ran away. So I'm glad that they still searched, because so many
There was a lot of media coverage for this case. You can watch interviews of Karen. She's saying, please come home, Shannon. Please, if anybody knows anything, please I want my beautiful princess daughter home. Aww. Like, your father's looking for you. We're looking for you. Like, please just come home.
That is so sad. It's always sad seeing that.
Yeah, the Sun newspaper offered a reward of $2,000 for information leading to Shannon's safe return. So this wasn't even for Shannon's return. It was just for information that anybody might have had. And Shannon was gone for a very long time. They were searching so long for Shannon that they actually started using specialist victim recovery dogs to look for her. And there's only 27 of them in the UK. They used 16 of them to find Shannon. But these aren't regular search dogs. These aren't dogs that are looking for a live person. They're looking for a dead body. Because that is how long they were searching for Shannon for, I believe, around 3 or 4 weeks.
Well, it's pretty common for them after like a day or two. If they're going to start using dogs, they usually use the cadaver dogs, because at that point you don't know what you're going to find. You just hope that you'll find something, because a body is better than nothing.
Yes, and the thing with this was a small area, so Shannon could not have gone far if she had just ran away. So it starts to get a little scarier as the days go by, because Shannon's a young girl. They haven't found her yet. This isn't a large area. Everybody in this town knows each other. They've searched everywhere. And they actually asked one of Shannon's friends at school, one of Shannon's only friends at school, where they thought Shannon might be, and she said that Shannon actually had a hiding place that she liked to frequent that was not far, but she couldn't remember the exact location. So she took police to the general area, but they still could not find Shannon. And Shannon's friend actually said she wanted them to find her friend because every day she sat alone, and every day she wondered where her friend was.
Oh my god, that's so sad.
Yeah, she said she sat alone. She was alone at recess, and all she wanted was for her friend back. That is the part that made me cry, because she really just wanted her friend.
She understands it too much, too.
Yeah, and she understands that her friend may not come back.
Sad. Oh my god.
Yeah,
like, you think about the parents and stuff, but like, I don't think I've ever thought that much about like when a little kid goes missing, their friends, like, noticing that, and like, you know, still going to school every day
and having to pretend that everything's normal,
and their friend isn't there, and they don't know where they are. So like, that is so. And you know what? Even like those little kids think about it. You know, they notice things. Mm-hmm. They do, even if you don't think they will. So it's just, they do. Oh my gosh!
During the search for Shannon, like I said, it garnered a lot of media attention. And Shannon's family actually got a free shopping spree for groceries from, I think it was from a newspaper. And they were able to fill up an entire cart full of food for the other kids. And then they filled up an entire cart full of alcohol. Which is one of many, many red flags that we're going to start to see in this case. Yeah. Like, I understand if you're an adult and you want to drink.
But a whole cart? That's crazy.
A whole cart,
when somebody's paying for your stuff. So you're like,
second of all,
one full cart for food for my kids. One full cart of alcohol for me.
Yeah, and your kid is missing. Do you really need to be drinking all of that?
Well, and I get, like, drinking because you're upset. Like, I don't think it's a good choice that people make, but I understand that that's what a lot of people go to.
But a cart
full of alcohol is crazy.
Yeah, absolutely crazy.
Like, can you even legally buy that much in one sitting if you're not, like, a business? That's crazy.
I mean, yeah, I guess they did.
I don't think you can do that here.
I'm pretty sure
just like you can't buy like more than a certain amount of weed.
I'm sure they could refuse service if they really wanted to.
Yeah, but then look at her,
I think
they
like, figured they're missing, like, you know what, her daughter's missing, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a little worrying to me.
Investigators and police officers have been searching every single house. They have searched every single house top to bottom at this point. And in Karen's house, they actually found in Shannon's room an area in the wall that she had carved that said, "I want to live with my dad."
Whoa.
And that was really sad to me. She carved into the wall, "I want to live with my dad."
You know how, like, sad she had to have been feeling to want to go with the person who didn't want her?
Yeah, And
Like,
here's the thing about that, though, is Leon was looking for her. He was
mhm.
putting in work to find her. He was worried.
Maybe
he was
when she went
freaking
missing,
out.
he like realized, oh
Hmm.
my god, like
Oh
I've
my
been
god, my
absent
kid.
and
Yeah.
I created this life. That's the thing. Like, I don't get how somebody couldn't feel that way because like you created this life,
Yeah.
and also it's like 100% preventable to create a life. You don't have to do that to enjoy yourself,
Right.
but you did. So, like, and then like there's a responsibility that comes with that some people just don't take on. And I don't get how you could not feel a connection with this being that you've created, because I feel connections with beings that I didn't create, and I say that I created them.
I get emotionally connected to plants.
No, truly, like I look at my cat every single day. I look at this cat and I'm like, oh my god, I raised you. Like,
yeah.
you are my baby. I raised you and you love me and I love you. That's such a beautiful, incredible thing. And that's how I feel about an animal. So, like, I don't understand how people could literally, like, their own flesh and blood not feel that connection.
You are really not gonna like this case.
Ah, son of a bitch.
You are really not gonna like this
Don't
case.
do this
so,
to me.
like I said, the first couple red flags that Karen, like the cart full of alcohol, and a couple,
I was feeling
just
bad for
her
her.
general
Now I'm
behavior.
worried.
The general behavior, there were some red flags, but people were ignoring them because you don't know how you're gonna react when your kid goes missing.
Mm-hmm.
But as the attention from the media grows, as the reward for Shannon's safe return goes up, and as police start investigating and interrogating more, they start to notice that Karen's behavior is kind of weird for a mom that's, not had her kid for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So every time she was asked about Shannon, Karen would say, oh, well, it has to be somebody close to her. I just know she's in a warm, safe house with somebody she knows. I just know it. She didn't seem like a mom that didn't know where her kid was. The way she was talking about it, it seemed like she knew exactly where her kid was.
Yeah, nobody's gonna,
because she wasn't
assume the best. What?
And she was. She was constantly assuming the best.
It's good to hold the hope for the best, but you don't assume the best in these situations. Nobody would. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Your child goes missing, I'm assuming the absolute worst. I'm literally just at a loss for words, and that really hurts me too, because I was feeling bad for her.
Yeah.
And now I'm realizing that she's a bad guy.
The police were putting in so much work. By the 5th of March, they had more than 250 officers and 60 detectives, which is about 10% of West Yorkshire's police force, operational strength. They were all involved, looking for her. They questioned 1,500 motorists. They searched 3,000 homes.
I mean, that's insane.
And they still had not found Shannon. And Karen...
I don't know
even
how it
bothered.
necessarily works there, but the searching all of these homes is pretty crazy.
They were using
to
the
be
specialist
able to...
victim recovery dogs to find this girl. They were putting in everything that they possibly could to find her.
Well, I'm assuming that a lot of people were just letting them search their homes because, I don't know how they would get a warrant without, any proof on all of these homes. So I'm assuming these people are just letting them in.
They created a website on the 7th of March called Missing Shannon Matthews Appeal. They also released a photograph of Shannon and the 999 call that Karen had made reporting her disappearance. There was also another website that launched on the 11th of March that was titled Help Us Find Shannon. So it wasn't just a local effort. They were starting to branch out into other places because they had asked so many people and searched every possible home, so they thought that there was no way that Shannon, if she was even alive, was in the same area, despite Karen's insistence that she was still in the area. And on March 10th, Shannon's I guess you could call it like bounty. I don't know what they call it when somebody's like offering money for the safe return of somebody.
I think
but
it's just called a reward.
A reward, yeah. So the Sun newspaper, you know how they were offering 20,000?
Mm-hmm.
On the 10th of March, they upped it to 50,000 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
So there's a lot of money involved here now. Another business in Huddersfield, which was 9 miles from Dewsbury, offered 5,000 pounds. So there's 55,000 pounds on the line for this girl's return. Because, like I said, everybody was so concerned about finding Shannon. And nobody knew where Shannon was. So they were so desperate for information, they were offering money that they genuinely didn't really have. This isn't like a super rich area, so, you know, the community put money forward to help find her because they genuinely just cared and wanted to find her.
For, because, so, like, I assume a lot of the people who listen to ours are probably American, since we're also American, and I know that all of my friends that I send this to, not all of them, but a lot of them are also American. It's even more in dollars, because pounds are like $1.25 or something. Change. So it's like it's like over 60K in American dollars. So that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. It's a lot of money. So now police are kind of looking at Karen's boyfriend, Craig.
I was gonna say, when you mentioned his name earlier, I was like, I feel like he's gonna get brought up later.
Shannon's mother, Karen, stated that he was not involved and he would not hurt anybody. And Leon, Shannon's dad, defended Craig. They were both saying it wasn't Craig. There was no way it was Craig. He can't be involved. He wouldn't be involved. You know.
That's so sad, because now I feel like he definitely is.
Police.
The thing is that I think that Karen knows, and I think that Leon doesn't.
Well, the thing is, they were interviewed on BBC Radio 4's Today program on the 12th of March. So they were questioned about suggestions that Meehan had been violent towards Shannon, and that Karen had a lot of kids by a lot of dudes, and 2 of them had been registered as having unknown fathers. So they were like really going in on Karen and Craig. Which, you know, in hindsight, I see why. But when you're looking at a case where this child is missing, the mom's got a boyfriend, she's defending him, the kid's dad is even defending this boyfriend, saying he doesn't have anything to do with it. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, what's going on?
I mean, because I get that he probably just genuinely believed that he didn't, but yeah, like, you don't know. If you don't know who did it, then you can't say who didn't.
But with Karen insisting that she just knew that Shannon was, like, safe with someone she knew in a warm house, why is she gone? First instinct be to look at the boyfriend?
If you were so sure that she was safe, why would you even report her missing?
Exactly. But here's the thing about that. There was somebody that Karen had conveniently left out. And this was Craig's uncle, Michael Donovan. Michael did not live that far. She did not. Mm-hmm. Oh, he did not. I'm sorry, he did not live that far. I always end up calling men she. I don't know why. So at 12:30 p.m. on March 14th of 2008, 24 days after Shannon went missing, they decided to search Michael's house. And as they're, like, barging in, they hear a little girl, and she says something to the effect of, "Stop it, you're scaring me." So obviously, police go in the house.
Yeah, they just
and they're calling around for Shannon. They're looking around for her. There's no response. And then, from under a bed, Shannon's little head pops out. So Shannon is alive. Shannon is alive and well. And under the bed with her is Michael Donovan. So now police are like, what the fuck? First of all, how did you forget about this man that did not live that far and is related to your boyfriend? Second of all, why is this little girl under this bed with this man?
And she's so sure that she's nearby in a safe home with someone she knows. Clearly she fucking knew about it.
And yeah, they found her in a house with someone she knows. Mm-hmm. The thing about Michael, though, is he had his children taken away from him. Because he's a creep. Apparently, he had tried to have his children watch him have sex.
Ew.
And a couple just generally being gross with them. So he got his kids taken away. So there should not even have been a child in his house.
In his
So why
vicinity.
was Karen's kid? Why was Karen's kid in his house?
Why do you trust a person who does that?
Police are questioning Michael and Karen. And the funny thing about Michael is, he is not very subtle. He started yelling about how this was a deal, how he was supposed to get half, blah, 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 blah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And this is like while they're arresting him. I'm pretty sure that he was yelling about this.
Man, he probably, when his kids got taken away, he probably told them all about it too.
Oh yeah.
They probably were people are saying that you did something bad, and he's like, so just because I wanted my kids to watch me, like,
yeah,
he probably fucking told them based on this. Jesus.
Yeah. He, the way that they had Shannon is kind of hard to describe, but there was basically like a hole in the ceiling that had like a bungee cord attached to it. So Shannon could use the bathroom, watch TV, eat. She just couldn't go near the windows or the doors. And there was a list of rules that she had to follow. Like, don't stomp. Keep the TV low. Don't go near the windows. Don't go near the doors. Stuff like that. So
gross.
Now, police are looking at these rules that Shannon is supposed to follow. And they're looking at this little contraption in Michael's house. And they're confused. They're very confused. They're glad that Shannon is alive, but they're like, what is going on? What is the purpose of this? Yeah. Like, what is going on?
That as well. What is going on?
And in the midst of their investigation, they search his laptop.
No, Craig.
And they find CP on his laptop.
Why? Why do people gotta do this?
So it makes sense why Shannon did not want to live in that household. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't want to live in that household.
Yeah, oh my god.
There were 49 images. He had level 1, 2, 3, and 4, which is like, obviously progressively worse.
Yeah.
And he decided that he was going to plead not guilty.
They're on your laptop, guy.
Yeah. Yeah, wow. So he, on April 3rd, got charged with 11 offenses of possessing indecent images of children. And he got 20 weeks.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You see a man who has all of this CP on his computer and lives there, I assume. It sounds like he lives with them. So he lives with 7 children.
Yep.
And also, one of those children, like, this little girl goes missing and is found at his uncle's house, who also has a history of doing weird stuff with kids. And clearly he partook in getting her into that situation.
Yeah.
So, what do you mean he only did 20 weeks?
Yeah, he did 20 weeks. And
that's crazy.
That's unrelated to what's going on with Shannon's case specifically. But I just figured I'd mention that.
Crazy.
I'll show you pictures of him, and
I bet he's ugly as hell.
I say this every time. I say this every time. I don't want to say that somebody looks like a child molester just based off of how they look, because that's mean.
But if somebody
he looks like a child molester.
Yeah, here's the thing. So if you have a look, I'm not going to say you look like a child molester unless I already know that you are one, and then I'm going to say, yeah, you look like one. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like,
there's a certain
it's like those
evilness
it's like
in
you
their
find
eyes.
out that somebody is, and you're like, yeah, I could probably tell from looking at him.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, and I don't think that, like, specific haircuts or specific, like, mustaches or whatever can do that, because, like, I have a boyfriend
it's
who,
a
like,
vibe.
he shaved his beard, and when he had just hit, a mustache on, like, I didn't think that he looked like a pedo. So it's not just the mustache, it's specifically the way these guys look.
Yeah, it's the vibe
it's not just that they have this mustache, it's the vibe that they give off, and they always gotta cut their hair in a specific way for some reason. I don't know what it is. It's weird. They always have a vibe. You can always just feel it protruding off of them. I don't think that's the right word, but, like, I don't know. I mean, I guess some people can't or don't care, but some of us
do care.
I would, like, never ever, like, I don't get people.
I don't either. I really don't.
Like, how do you allow these people around your
Well,
children?
we're gonna talk about that.
Like, how do you go through, what, 7 you said again? 7 pregnancies, 7 labors, 7 times you go through carrying a child in you and creating them for 9 months, and then going through excruciating pain to bring them into this world. And then you're not even gonna keep that child safe. And, like, you don't care that much about them? What? I don't understand.
There was an article, like, that is recent, and I think I will read some of it on podcast, that was calling her Britain's worst mum. Karen.
I mean, I don't know if she's necessarily the worst. At least the kid's alive.
Well,
but, like, I mean, she's bad.
The thing
definitely.
is,
there are a lot of bad people.
As police are, like, trying to figure out what the hell is happening and why, Matthew's screaming about the money.
Because I feel like there's always worse
Matthew's
people.
screaming about how he was supposed to get half of the money, blah, 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 blah. He held up his end of the deal. So now they're looking at Karen again, and they're like, why is he on? What is he on about? Like, what is he actually on about right now? Like, this dude sounds crazy. What the hell is happening? And it's eventually revealed that this was all a ploy to get the reward money. Donovan was supposed to hold on to Shannon for as long as possible, and then find her, collect the money, and then split it with Karen.
Because that wouldn't be suspicious.
Yeah. To get the reward money.
I mean, she literally gave it away. She's like, I just think she's somewhere safe with someone that she knows. You literally told them.
And then she was like, oh, well, I guess I forgot. I forgot about Craig's uncle, Michael, who has a history of being weird with kids. I guess I forgot. Oh, also, he lives in the area.
That's crazy. And, like, how do you, like, get to the point where you make this plan and, like, you don't even, like, have what you're gonna say?
Well, it wasn't very well thought out, obviously.
That's obvious. People who do bad things to kids don't generally have that smart of a fucking brain,
The community was pissed. They were pissed.
I am pissed.
Because they had spent so much time, money, effort, tears, into sweat, into finding this little girl. And her mother was behind it all.
That something hadn't happened to her in that. Like, for the record, I still think that poor little girl could have gone through worse.
Oh, absolutely.
Than we know.
But the entire time they were searching for her, she was like a mile away.
Well, and I mean, again, the betrayal, you know, like this person you're trying to help, and it turns out that this person who was lying right to your face right
for
there
money.
the whole time. And, like, I mean, like, the Gypsy Rose thing.
Yeah.
Like, they were, you know, like, her mother had been doing so much scam shit, and when that got found out, people were like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, she's been scamming all of us this
entire
whole
time. Yeah, it's a betrayal, especially in a small town where everybody knows each other.
Mm-hmm. Finding out that somebody you trusted maybe even helped, maybe financially, maybe emotionally, whatever, like, it's that I can definitely understand being upset.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm upset on their behalf.
Yeah. But here's the thing, is they were right that Craig didn't have anything to do with the kidnapping. He just had CP on his computer, which is worse.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, so did they talk about what Leon's reaction was after all of this?
I didn't see anything about it. I mean, I'm sure that he was like pissed, devastated, like. But now Shannon's in police custody. And for her own safety, and they did this with the two little boys from the first case that you did.
Yeah. She
got moved in with another family that was in a different area. They changed her name. They just completely changed her identity for her own safety. Yeah. So she...
Well, I mean, yeah, the big difference between her and those boys.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they didn't just go to another family, too. They went to, like,
a thing. Well, she did get therapy. Yeah. That's good.
Did the other kids get removed from the home?
I believe they did. I think they did. I think some of them got moved in with their dads, and some of them got moved in with other families through foster care.
Yeah, especially if they
didn't have anybody.
Some of the fathers were,
they did not have anybody.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But I mean, they're probably in, way better situations now.
And Shannon is 25 now. We don't know anything about her because, like I said, her identity was changed and she was moved away. But the trial lasted from November 11th to the 4th of December of 2008. And obviously, Michael and Karen are facing a few charges, like abduction, false imprisonment for Michael. And then for Karen, she got child neglect and perverting the course of justice. So I feel like Karen probably should have gotten some other charges, but she didn't. Whatever. They both got sentenced to 8 years. Which, to me, I feel like 8 years is... I mean, she's alive, so...
Yeah...
they don't exactly need life.
I mean, I guess
prison,
they didn't. Yeah, they didn't
come
like.
On.
If there's no evidence of them like assaulting her and stuff like that, like,
yeah,
I guess technically the crimes aren't that bad. But like, I don't know that didn't happen. I don't trust that didn't necessarily happen, even if they couldn't prove it. I wouldn't trust that the man who literally tried to do stuff to kids before, his own kids, didn't try to do stuff to his nephew's girlfriend's kid.
Well, to be fair, they did drug and restrain her to strap her up to that little thing and then gave her a bunch of rules to follow. So, like, I feel like child abuse should have been a charge that they
I agree.
received.
Yeah, I agree with that. They should have. That's
especially
like,
because Shannon had been suffering from nightmares after the event, and she needed regular psychotherapy counseling, so they did damage her. They did. Like, she's alive, yes, but...
I can't blame her. Shit.
Yeah, she's
like,
really...
How old, 9 or something?
Yeah, she really, really went through it. Mentally, which I can't blame her. She was, like, literally kidnapped by her own family.
Mm-hmm. That's so sad. But,
yeah,
I mean,
I'm gonna see if I can find that article, by the way.
I'm glad that she, like, got removed and everything, and got put into a different situation, and hopefully she's doing a lot better now.
Yeah. Agreed.
That's so sad and scary.
Oh my god, this title is so... Okay. New life of Britain's worst mother. Karen Matthews smokes a cigarette with her pedophile boyfriend on the 15th anniversary of her bungled bid to claim $50,000 by staging kidnap of her daughter Shannon.
So she's still with Craig or whatever?
No, this is a different boyfriend.
She's got another pedophile boyfriend?
She has another pedophile boyfriend.
Proven pedophile, because they know.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What the fuck? Some people.
She was pictured recently on a shopping run with her boyfriend Paul Saunders, 60, who is himself a convicted pedophile.
Oh my god. I mean, at least she doesn't have her kids to put in danger now, but Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's... Why would you even want to be with somebody who likes kids? You're clearly not their fucking type. Why do you want to be with them? Like,
she still does not have any contact with Shannon or her 6 other kids.
Good.
She reportedly found God in 2020, went on a health kick, and lost weight.
Yeah, criminals always want to say that shit.
Yeah.
They always want to be forgiven before they die.
Her friends say that she is inseparable from her boyfriend, with one saying that they are acting like teenagers in love.
Who is friends with her? Why would you be friends with this person?
He is the latest in a string of boyfriends, including a 72-year-old sugar daddy who used to shower her with gifts.
She doesn't care that they are pedos because they have money.
He spent 5 years in jail. He spent 5 years in jail for sexual activity with a child and sexual assault. And he must sign the sex offenders register for life. So... God. She's never seeing her kids ever again.
She shouldn't. She doesn't deserve to. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, it sucks because that means there's really no closure for them.
Yeah,
I mean, there's,
their mom
they can
heal
and stuff, but if their mom is still doing the same shit, they're never going to get, like, a real good closure from that. I said it earlier, I just don't get it. I don't understand, because I can look at a creature that I didn't go through 9 months of pregnancy and torturous labor for, and I still would do anything in the world for that creature. So how can you create a person? I mean, that is, when you think about it, a huge deal. You are making a person.
Yeah.
You are creating a life. You are creating a soul inside of your body. And
you are raising an adult.
Almost a year of that, right? Almost a year of it. Go through literally the most painful thing you can go through other than dying. Like, okay, and so then I'm seeing something that's bad enough that, like, you can die from it. You go through that not only once, but she went through it multiple times. An absurd amount of times, actually. Just to, like, not give a shit about them. I don't understand.
Any of them, because you're dating pedophiles.
It's
like,
I mean,
why
you
is
know
that
what? That
your
means
type?
that bad shit was probably happening to her kids the whole time.
Why is that your type?
Genuinely, like, I don't...
So I was looking at the little notes.
That's why those guys liked her, even though she had 7 fucking kids, because she had 7 fucking kids.
She had kids. So I was looking at the rules, and there was IPU at the bottom written, and I was trying to figure out what that means. Apparently it means I promise you, which is a threat that Karen would use against Shannon. So not only that, Karen was a manipulator and a gaslighter, basically. Yeah, hate her.
So it's so funny because we don't go into, like, explicit details about things. The reason that
especially
all of our episodes,
not with kids.
Well, yeah, but the reason that all of our episodes are said as explicit is just because I say a lot of cuss words during these because I get upset.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like, you fucking bitch,
this stupid bitch.
Now I have to set this as explicit.
Now I fucking hate you,
motherfucker.
In 2021, the friend that I was telling you about that she's like, I just want my friend back. Yeah. Apparently, she broke down in tears in 2021 when she spoke to the media for the first time. She said, I genuinely hope she is living the life that she wanted now. After everything she's been through, she deserves to be happy. I literally lost my best friend, the only person I wanted to talk to and be around.
And then
like,
she
that
goes
is
into the
so
witness
sad.
thing and, like, has her name changed and stuff, so she never gets her friend back. Neither of them do. Shannon doesn't get her friend back either, you know?
Yeah,
that's
so sad. It's so sad.
God.
So sad.
Those poor kids.
Yeah.
This is
And
sad.
the fact that they made her follow these rules so that she wouldn't be found until they wanted to cash in. Ridiculous.
Oh my God.
Ridiculous.
Truly, I hate people sometimes.
Gross.
Truly gross. I don't know what else I can even say about it, like, other than what I've said. I feel like I've explained myself.
She was missing for 24 days. That's
so,
almost
a whole month. Yeah.
Yeah. And I
poor baby.
I don't know. I just wanted to. I saw a video on it.
She spent 24 days on a fucking bungee cord. Like.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck? I hate that.
After she was drugged and tied up to said bungee cord.
That poor little girl.
I know.
I mean, she's older than me, but
I hope
that
she's
poor little
doing
girl.
well, though. Yeah, because at the time she was a little girl, and
exactly.
It's not like nobody was looking for her. Everybody was looking for her. Mm-hmm. Literally everybody was looking for her.
And the person who should have cared the most was the
reason that she got kidnapped.
Yeah.
Because she wanted money. I'm like, what about a job? What about if we go to work?
It makes me feel gross. Like, I want to crawl out of my skin right now.
What if we put our shoes on and go to work? What if we do that instead of, if the state isn't giving you enough money, maybe try getting a job. Maybe stop dating pedophiles. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'll never get it. And I don't want to understand it. Because it doesn't make sense. And
there's nothing to understand.
It's just not normal.
It's not normal.
These people are not normal.
It's terrible.
Go to fucking therapy. Like,
it's not even therapy.
Stop having kids.
Stay in prison, please.
Stop having kids when you have fucking issues.
Stop having
children. Figure your shit out.
If you
Stop having children if you're not going to care for them.
If you're going to date pedophiles, don't have children.
Literally.
If you're going to be a pedophile,
the
maybe
pedophiles
just
aren't
die.
going to fucking date them if they don't have kids.
I know that's harsh, but if you're going to be a pedophile that actively harms children, maybe you should just die.
Honestly. Truth. I'm just saying.
Anyway,
I'm
going to send you some of these pictures.
I hate.
So this is Karen and Craig.
All right.
And then this is Michael Donovan. Please keep in mind that Michael is 39 at the time.
How old is Craig?
22, I think.
Oh, that's weird. How old is Karen?
I think she was like in her 30s or... Well, she was... Okay, so she's 49 now, right? So in 2008...
I mean, 2008 is almost 20 years ago.
Almost 30. 29.
Okay. That's crazy.
She was a lot older than him.
The note scratched into the wall is crazy. She took extra effort to put it in cursive.
Yeah. And then the one after that is the little house.
Yeah, I see the thing, and they're like showing how it goes down to the toilet.
Here's her rules.
Oh, God.
And then the I promise you, so manipulative. And then I think, that was the community with their little banner trying to look for her.
God.
Yeah.
So many people just trying to find this little girl.
And she was right under their noses.
Oh.
And that's the really shitty part, is it was all just a ploy for Karen to have money.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I hate people.
Me too. I'm glad it's a survivor case. I'm glad that she's alive.
I mean, you can see in that first picture of Karen and Craig, like, they look so, like, what's the word for this? They just look so
staged.
Like, they don't care.
Yeah.
They look like they've got no emotions for it. They don't look like they give a shit.
Yeah. My biggest thing is the I want to live with my dad, because she, like, really scratched that in there. She was really feeling some type of way when she wrote that. Mm-hmm. Can we please talk about Michael?
What's with men named Michael and being the worst fucking people?
I don't know. What's it with men named Craig and also being the worst fucking people?
Yeah. My boyfriend's dad's name is Michael, and he was terrible too, so. Michael's
See, I have a
just
cousin named
don't name
Michael,
him
and
that.
he's
Come on, yo.
he's cool. But that's the only
For
like
now.
Michael I know. I don't know any other
Wow.
Michaels.
This guy's eyes
I know
are
Mike's.
so weird.
Who? Michael's?
Michael, yeah.
Yeah, why?
What
See,
is going on?
this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying
Why
that
is
people
one
that
wide
look
open?
like him are pedophiles, but like I can tell that he's a pedophile. You know,
Literally. He's got that vibe about him.
he definitely does not look 39.
He looks older.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh my god.
yeah. But Shannon was such a cute little girl. Always
Yeah, her little
smiling in the
smile.
pictures. You can kind of tell though when you look at her, like she's.
Yeah, there's like a sadness.
You can tell she's going through something.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that she was able to get out of that situation. Unfortunately, it just so happened that her mom and her boyfriend's uncle are stupid
Oh my
and decided that they were going to traumatize her over some money. When all you got to do is, hey, hello, are you hiring? Can I come fill out a job application?
god.
Hi, hello, are you hiring? Yes? Okay, awesome. Let me come up there and get an application and fill it out. I'm not saying that everybody is capable to work, but I'm saying if you are, or if you're relying on the state for money and it's not enough, don't stage a kidnapping for your kid and try to get money from that. There's better ways to get money.
Yeah. Oh my god.
There's much better ways to get money.
Like, I don't even care if you're scamming, like, the government or whatever.
Yeah, I don't care if you're scamming
I
the
don't care,
government
not my
either.
business. Just don't traumatize a
Leave the
child.
kids alone. Leave the children alone.
It's not my business, okay? Just stop hurting children. That's what I'm
Whatever's
worried
between
about.
you and the government is your business, but the second you start pretending to kidnap your child and like hurt your
But they
child
didn't even,
and your
it's not
community,
even
I
really
have a problem.
pretending. Like, they put her through
No,
shit
they
like real
literally-
kidnappers
They
when you think
drugged
about
her.
it. Like, that poor kid.
She's just a little baby. Well, not anymore. She's older than both of us now, but she's just a
Okay.
little baby in this case.
Yeah.
And I think we are more than allowed to be angry about it still. And obviously, the community is still angry about it based off of that article flaming her. Rightfully so, because she's still dating pedophiles. Like, what the hell?
Oh my god. Yeah, I think I've said all that I
Yeah.
can say about
Karen
this.
Matthews, if you watch this, kiss my ass.
I doubt she will, but Karen Matthews, if you are here, we fucking hate you.
Why are you dating pedophiles, girl?
I'm
Come on.
actually, not only do I hate you, but everybody I know hates you.
You're dating pedophiles. That kind of makes you look like one. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
Why are you associating so closely with them? I don't understand. Anyway,
Okay.
I hope Shannon is doing well wherever she may be. I hope she's thriving.
Mhm.
And that's pretty much all I have. Sorry for the delay, guys. I got the plague
Yeah,
and
that,
could not
that
record
shit
because
is
I could not speak.
real. Yeah, we're a bit late, but
It's fine. Might have missed a week. It's okay.
it's gonna be fine. I don't know if we'll do the 2 episodes this week or not. I'll keep everybody updated. You'll either get another episode this week or you'll get the next episode
This.
next week, and you'll just have to deal with that.
You'll get this and you'll like it.
Alright. I guess
All
we'll end
right.
it here.
We will.
Alright. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you
See y'all
next
later.
week, maybe.
We'll
We've
see
been
you
having
eventually.
issues.
We'll see you when we
though.
see you. We'll see you when we see you.
Alright. Bye-bye.
Bye.